Hey guys, it's your boy Pat. Welcome back to the next episode of the Hollow Down Cigar Lounge. Got our buddy Justin over here hanging out with us today for another show. What's up, my man?
What's up, dude?
So I'm gonna talk about this one for a minute before we get into this, because I want to give thanks. So David Skelton gave us this cigar last year, last summer, and didn't not for a review. Y'all figured out by now how we are on the show. We get something we want to smoke. Half the time we're like, screw it, we're gonna wait for a show. That's exactly
hmm
what happened here. It's a El Rey Del Mundo appointment. We'll try to see if you can see this a little bit. Neither one of us
Got a
have.
nice little map on the footband,
Yeah, I like that's cool as shit.
shiny gold. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Neither one of us have smoked this.
Nope.
I've smoked some El Rey Del Mundo. I like the standard Oscuro a lot, but neither one of us have smoked this. So, in hollow down style, why the hell not wait and smoke it on a show for the first time?
Damn right. Yeah, I've
But
had the Sun Grown and the Oscuro. Both big fans of those. Looking forward to that new one that Cigars Daily just came out with, the Sultan.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I forgot about that one. I remember
Yeah, he
seeing
just came.
I remember seeing the release for it, and then apparently brain dumped it. All right, so anyway, I wanted to show you all this before we took it off and lit it up. We are smoking Robusto, so they are smaller, but we wanted to make sure that you could see that glorious banding on there, and it's very elegant. Colors are there, and you get cigars that have some sort of paper sleeve, but I do like what you mentioned. The map's just kind of a cool touch.
Yeah, I
And
just removed mine. It's got a little blemish on it. I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to pick that up right there.
oh
So
yeah,
we'll,
there it is.
we'll see if that knocks it down with construction, but it probably won't be anything.
All right, but we're gonna light these up and then see how they go. So um, again, the El Rey Del Mundo appointment. This is a Honduras origin cigar. The wrapper is a Cameroon, which is intriguing because by color it kind of sort of looks like a Cameroon. Um, Binder is a Connecticut broadleaf, and the filler just says it's a blend of Nicaraguan and Ecuadorian tobacco. Doesn't really say much else that I'm seeing right now. So
Mm,
I'm not going to scroll down to the notes yet since this is a blind smoke. I will scroll back up in just a moment. What are you getting? While I cut and light, what are you getting on your first hit?
Cedar for sure. I want to say a white pepper, not a black pepper, not for sure. Or for sure not black pepper, but definitely white pepper. This is going to be a good cigar already. I can already tell. Those first few puffs, if it's already right where you like it, I can tell it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, because there's not many cigars that you get your full flavor enjoyment like
Mm,
right off the bat because of that toast. You sometimes you get a kind of have to waste your first couple puffs. Not always, but sometimes.
right.
But if you get full flavor right off the bat,
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that like the first few puffs of cigars aren't really anything, but I have a different opinion. I think that people say that they're probably burning their cigars when they light. If I can get good flavor off a cigar right off the bat, then that's a good start.
oh, that's good. You're not lying.
Dude, telling you right off the bat. Mm,
Yeah, heavy wood.
yeah, for sure.
I can't tell if it's like I know we lean cedar a lot, but I can't tell if it's leaning cedar or more like a oak note because it's a heavier wood than normal.
I want to say it's right in between. That's probably why you're trying to guess between the two, because I want to say it's not strong cedar, it's not strong oak, it's right there in the center. And that white pepper's really nice. I know you tend to wait on your retro, but I retro always my first draw.
Yeah, I almost never retro until the first few puffs just to get that. I just don't like the harshness of the toast retro, so I completely skip it.
Yeah,
Um,
man, that's good.
yeah,
It's
that
got
white
strength. It's got strength.
strength profile is a medium plus or a 4 out of 5, depending on how you want to look at it. The and I agree with the white pepper because it's there. It's not robust like your black peppers, but it's not
Yeah,
hard.
it's not
It's
punchy like black pepper or red pepper. It's very soft. Mm.
something else on my palate. I'm wanting to cheat and roll down and see what they said, but I'm trying to see if I can't pull it out.
Yeah,
It
I
would
know what you're talking about though. There's something else. I can't put my finger on it.
just like there's something in my eye. I can't get my finger on it either.
That happens when you smoke.
Man, um, I'm gonna give this a minute and
Mm.
see what it does because first impressions are impressive.
Yeah, and that burn line is right on point.
Hell yeah, it is.
Like if this cigar stays like this is going to be box worthy already. I can tell. If it stays this way.
If it stays, and he he gave these to us just because he said he really liked them when they came out. Did they actually come out last year? Was that?
So I remember the story he told. He gave this to us when we were on the Texas Cigar Roadshow, and
Right.
these were from PCA.
Oh, it was from PCA. Okay.
Yes, because
Okay.
these were a new release, and he was able to get his hands on quite a few. So, or well, a few. I'm not sure exactly how many, but he gave us two because I want to say they were reviewing it during their show, weren't they?
I don't. I think they mentioned it. It was in either. I don't remember if it was a hard review or if it was the. I don't think it was in the pairing section of that show, but I think they were either reviewing or talking about it in the maybe in the news section or something. I'd have to go back and watch those episodes. What was it?
Yeah,
It was in the 150s. I forget exactly which one they were recording before we got there, but
right.
you might be right.
That was such a good time, man. I can't wait till we go back and do that. Minus me wrecking my truck.
Yeah, we're not going to start a trend when we go hang out with them.
It's a bittersweet moment. Even my wife was like, "Oh, you better be careful next time you go over there." I'll be like, "I'll make sure there's no rain in the forecast whatsoever."
Right. This is a smoky little sucker, man.
Yes, it is. Plenty of body to the smoke. Man, this thing is phenomenal already.
And it does smoke like a Cameroon where it's got that like fullness to it, but I color wise it almost looked just a hair too light, but that could just be my eyes deceiving me. But it's definitely smoking like a Cameroon, so I'll get that. But
I've said this before in the past. I've never been too big of a fan of Cameroon. I know that's like Chad's favorite rapper, or the Don Carlos is its go-to cigar. But I've never been a fan of Cameroon in general. But they're probably not true Cameroon, so that's probably why I didn't enjoy it. But this one is damn good.
you always find stuff that surprises you. Like I'm not a huge Connecticut fan, but there's some Connecticut's that I absolutely love. That throw
Yep.
you off. So
Exactly. There's a lot of dog turd Connecticut's out there, and then there's some really good ones.
Drek, as we now have been schooled by the Ronnie Drek.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm right on this and see because I can't quite tell like if that extra note is like a
Mm.
subtle coffee note or like every once in a while I get something nutty, but then it disappears.
Yes. No, dude, you're right. You're right on point. I didn't even want to mention it because I was like, I want to mention it, but it keeps on coming up and going away. But it's coffee, nutty, almost a caramel, almost. And I don't think I've really truly gotten that ever caramel note But like you said, it's hints. It comes and then it immediately goes away. It's teasing us.
It is teasing. Speaking of caramel, caramel tends to come with pairing. What are you drinking? Because I haven't poured up yet. So what are you doing?
Well, the tried and true, good old Dr. Pepper. But as far as pairing, I got some whiskey, bourbon, if you will. I got Basil Hayden
Okay.
toast.
Okay.
It's got this nice, cool metal band across the bottle. It's pretty awesome. And shout out to the Warfighter guys because that's how I found out about it. They like to rate whiskeys and different alcohols and stuff, and they gave that one a 7.3, 7.5 out of 10, and that was high up on their score.
I don't know why, and everybody watching can tell by your shirt. I don't know why you keep mentioning Warfighter. I know you absolutely hate those guys.
Dude, those guys, like, they're my weekly just, I don't know, moral support group, even though I'm not in their group. Like, those guys are hilarious. And it's not just the Warfighter Tobacco podcast. It's mainly the Freedom Friends podcast. Those guys are just so funny. They're hilarious. I was actually listening to them today on the way home from work. I like save their podcast while I smoke a cigar and listen to them because my drive's about 35 minutes and their podcast is anywhere from 45 to an hour. So cheers to you boys.
Well, I'm I'm paying one that I don't pull out often because of how I have to get it. This is Anna Bay Club. Turn it this way. Anna Bay Club Curacao rum.
Oh, okay.
So on the island of Curacao, which I've been to a few times, y'all have heard us mention, heard me mention, Chad's mentioned he went on the last cruise there. Some point, me and Chad are gonna bring in a couple of the Bandito cigars that's from Curacao, but they have their own distillery there, and Curacao is known for rum. They're Dutch islands. Dutch rum is a big thing, and Anna Bay is made there. It's their big brand. There's some other small pop-ups that I'll grab every once in a while, that are $10, $12 a bottle, but I try to grab the Anna Bay aged rum when I go. But I don't want to pay a whole lot in, your import taxes and stuff when I come back. So I just get like a bottle each time, and it'll be several years before I go back. So I don't pull it out often. Like we went a year ago. I finally cracked this open about 6 months ago, and that's all I've drank because I want to put this out. I did it last time. It took me a while to drink it because I don't come back to it often, but
yeah, I'm terrible about that. Every time I get a bottle of Jameson triple from the duty free, I go right through it. It's too damn good. We do have some Bohemian rum that we got in Nassau. It's not anything fancy, but my wife likes coconut rum, so got us some of that. We made a few drinks. It's pretty damn good. Little update on that ash. Still going true.
We love looking at good ash around here. Mine's starting to.
Still going true.
Mine had a little bit of lean at the beginning, so I was careful, but it looks like it's trying to stay level. So
yeah, with these delicate wrappers like Cameroon and Connecticut, I always try to rotate it like a rotisserie chicken. Just sitting there rolling, just make sure it burns properly. Because whenever you touch up Connecticut's and Cameroons and stuff like that, it tends to just burn the whole wrapper. Like even if you get far away.
It does. I would say I'm about to ash this because it's got just enough of a curve. I know I'm not going to be able to hold it, and I don't want to drop it on stuff. But
yeah, I agree. Mine's about to go too. No ash drop this video, guys.
Ash drop.
And
We're
girls.
doing regular ash taps. We're tapping that ash today, boys.
I will say now though, the white pepper backed off completely. Have you retroed yet? The retro is really nice now. It's got like a. Oh, you know what? I've thought of it. It's a sweetbread note. That's what I'm getting. Like a sweet dinner roll bread note.
Interesting. I've retroed once. Let me hit it again.
I'm trying honestly not to smoke this too fast. It's so damn good.
Okay, that's the same. I wanted to make sure. So I get that white pepper comes through a lot on the retro. I get a little bit of a wood, and that's all that comes through. So it's on the retro. It is more of a cedar and definitely a bright white pepper.
Hmm.
Where on the mouth feel, it's the white pepper's still there, but the wood tone feels more oaky and toned down. But on the retro, it's like a bright cedar.
Yes, it's very Don Carlos,
Yes.
Carlo-esque is what I meant to say. Don Carlos. It's very much done like Don Carlos, and obviously it's a Cameroon rapper, so that makes sense.
So, Chad, when you are watching this show, since you're not on the show, you might want to snag one of these and see what you think.
Yes, for sure. He'll like this.
Like,
This is
because
right up
me and
his
you
alley.
don't know Don Carlos, but Chad knows Don Carlos. So I would like his personal input because he smokes them a lot more than me and you do combined. Curious what his take is on it. If
He's the Fuente freak, you know.
they freak.
He's the Cameroon crazy.
So I like. I'm talking about pairings. I like the Anabe rum because it's not like your. If I were to bring up like a Bacardi or a regular Bacardi or a Captain Morgan where it's got the spice to it, this
Mhm.
doesn't have the spice, but it has kind of like a Bacardi Gold where it's more just smooth and elegant. That's what this does. And so I like, if I had more of this, I would drink it more often because I like how it pairs with things because it brings out cigar notes without influencing the cigar notes. That
Mhm.
makes sense. Um, so, all right, Nat, go away. My
Dude,
rum.
I've got him too. If I start swatting, you know the drill. It's just that time of the year where it gets cooler, but the bugs come out last minute, one last hurrah. I know what you're talking about with that rum. The Basil Hayden toast is similar. It's not a spicy, overbearing bourbon. It's very subtle, hence the name toast. Like
Right.
it's perfect. If it's perfect for pairing with any cigar, but especially a lighter shade. It's really good.
So since Dave Skelton gave us these, the other David in the room, Yancey, we talk about pairings. Um,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do drink to smoke
yep.
and smoke to drink. Let's do it. So what are we doing first? Drink to smoke or smoke to drink?
Let's do the drink to cigar first because that's, since we're running our mouth, let's do it and let's see.
Okay.
And I expect us to maybe have slightly different answers because we're pairing different things. But
For sure.
drink the cigar, I get a Swedish note. Not enough for me to quite say like your sweetbread representation, but there's a little bit something sweeter there that I don't get on its own.
Okay.
What did it do for you?
Hold on. Now I'm doing smoke to drink. I'll give you both synapse. Ooh. Okay.
What you got?
I like the cigar to drink better. It complements with the bourbon, but the drink to smoke, I was getting too much spice from the bourbon, and
Okay,
it didn't go too well with the white pepper, if that makes sense.
it
Because
does.
the bourbon always gives those cinnamon, allspice type of flavors, where this is more subtle white pepper. But yeah, definitely smoke to drink on that one.
Well, I'm gonna hit the other style because I'm of what rum I'm hitting. I don't have that extra spice, so I was able to still pull the white pepper, but with the sweet. Let me hit it the other way.
Yeah, with if you were drinking Sailor Jerry, you'd be getting allspice. But that what was it called? What's it called? Anaberry. Yeah, that's a little bit more subtle.
So, cigar to drink, the cedar stays on the palate with this rum. It's still lingering there, so it's like retaining the wood tones.
Mhm.
So this one doesn't change much with the pairing, other than it's almost like a magnifying glass. It doesn't really influence it, but it let those secondary notes come out more.
Mhm.
I like it because of that.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, well, now I can go on Leaf and Grain Society's Facebook group and tell them this is my favorite pairing of the week because he always likes to ask that.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
So here's a random question. I know we'll change topics. I know me and you specifically have talked about cigar events and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Um, I've been meaning to bring this up and I haven't. Have you ever gone to like any music events, like music festivals, not like your standard concert, but like your day long festival type things?
I have not. I have never been to a music festival. I've always gone to concerts, and it's been a while since I've been to one. But the last one I went to was Leonard Skinner and Bad Company's 40th anniversary. So pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. And that was a freaking blast. And I've done a few other, concerts here and there, but never been to a festival. Always wanted to go to one, but it never happened.
So I went. I've gone to a few over the years, not many. Um, the one that got me hooked was back like 2009, 10. I was in Cali, and that's where Rockstar Energy does the Uproar Music Festival out in Chula Vista. It's at an amphitheater, and then they've got several side stages. And I remember then seeing, I remember Seether, Evanescence, Bullet for My Valentine. I remember those because I remember all the fire.
Did you ever
But
see Yellow Card?
I did a couple months ago.
Dude, I still rock Yellow Card to this day. I love that album.
And
Ocean Avenue to be specific.
so, ironically, the reason I brought this up is because Ellen has taken me to Vegas a couple times over the last couple years. Y'all have learned that I never went because when I was in Cali and it was easy, the guys that wanted to go were just going to gamble, and that's not my scene. So I never realized everything.
Just Gamble? You sure it was just gambling?
No, I know one of them. It was much more than just gambling.
Sin
Problem.
City.
He was our problem child. I won't say his name. I'll tell you this: I went to more strip clubs than I've ever done because I'm not a strip club guy. I went to more strip clubs to babysit this child of a man.
Sounds about right. We all have that one friend.
There was a couple times, and like I don't want to say too much because some guys will know what I'm talking about, but um, there was a couple times I went to a strip club, had to pay one of the ladies because I was sitting up front to just sit there and talk, and told her because they're gonna get in trouble if they don't come make their tips
Mhm.
off. I was like, look, I will tip you to not distract and dance near me because I'm literally here to make sure that man doesn't lose his entire income.
Yeah,
And they
yeah, I
understand
get it.
because they're making so much money off him. They're like, okay. But
I will not name my friend, but I know a person that did get all of his income taken.
no.
Tried to warn him, wouldn't listen. You can only do so much for the friend.
Yep.
That was it.
Well, the reason I kind of went on this is this last time we went to Vegas, which was end of October. We went because Ellen grabbed tickets to the When We Were Young music festival. She went with another friend several years ago, which we learned that apparently was the first time they ever did this. It's at the festival grounds in Las Vegas, and um, 4 stages. probably like 40 bands. I'd have to go count the lineup, which I just pulled it back up. I could probably sit here and count, but it was a lot. But we went to the second day and we managed to see probably like 15 of the bands throughout the day. It was literally an all day event.
Nice.
We saw um, Alex is on Fire, Amity Affliction, Crown the Empire, We the Kings, Asking Alexandria, We Came as Romans, Yellow Card,
Nice.
Simple Plan, Taking Back Sunday,
Simple Plan.
Who else am I forgetting?
Simple Plan brings back some memories, man.
Story of the Year, fantastic. Boys Like Girls, Mayday Parade, Beartooth, I Prevail, Weezer, All Time Low, The Used,
Nice.
Offspring, and then you had Avril Lavigne, Blink 182, and Panic at the Disco, which is cool story about that. Panic retired a couple years ago. Well, we kept seeing that they were coming back for like their final appearances. Well, it was the 20th anniversary of their debut album. So they came back and they did a tour, their tour ending at this event. And the original drummer, Steven, who left the band like 10 years in, came back to do this tour with them as a big farewell.
Oh, wow.
I will tell you, the set was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
All the weird shit you see him do in like the music videos back in the day. Oh no, he does that on stage.
Still rocking it.
Yeah, but it
Now,
was.
I have a question about that. So you saw all those bands and you said there was 4 stages.
Yeah.
How do you pick and choose which one you want to go to? And how many songs do they play? Do they like play all the hits and then they just leave, or do they just play 1 or 2 songs and they come back? How does that work?
So that's the problem, because there were some times we had to choose. So they put out the set list, not the set list, but they put out the lineup schedule for the day. They have, it's kind of like this chart. They have each
this band, this stage, this time.
Right. And so that way you can pick and choose. So we opted to not try to go to the front of any stage so that we could pop back and forth easily.
Yep.
And the way the fairgrounds is setting up, like, you could be way in the back and still see perfectly fine. It was fantastic. But
nice.
There was a couple times where it was easy for us because it was an easy decision. Hey, we're going to go to this stage, watch this band. There were a few where we had to choose. We're like, okay, we're going to stay for like 4 or 5 songs and then run over here and go watch their 4 or 5 songs.
Okay.
So, but it depended on the band. So 2 of the stages, I'm going to use the word smaller stage. None of these were small, but
smaller out of the other ones.
Out of the other ones. And then you have your true headliner stage. They would play like 30, 35, 40-minute sets. And they would switch. And both of those 2 stages, they had this huge carousel. So you got a band that's playing, and there's this huge black wall. Like you would think it'd be the back wall of the stage. Well, they're setting up the next band behind it. And then as soon as they're done, they disconnect the cables and the whole carousel spins. Well, there's the next band. And while
that's cool.
They set up again.
Genius.
The huge, and this was put on by 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven stage, the big stage, they had 2 sides to it, so they did it side by side. But that's because they had a lot more lights and stuff, so they didn't want to have to mess with cables. Those stages is where you had Panic, Avril, Yellow Card, Blink, 182, Offspring.
The major headliners.
Those guys would play a longer set. So they would, where the other bands were playing 30 to 40 minutes, over here they'd play 45 to an hour. And then the big 3, well, I say 4 probably, because I think it started with Offspring. Offspring, Avril, Blink, Panic all played like hour 15, hour 20. So they were the bigger set.
I mean, hour 15, that's a lot of songs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Panic literally played their entire first album and then a couple extra.
Wow, that's amazing, dude.
So
yeah, I'm a big fan of Panic.
go. It's expensive, and I'll be honest. Like when Ellen got this, she threw it on her credit card and said, "Hey, we're going to Vegas. We're going to figure it the fuck out
Damn.
because it's hard to get these tickets."
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance to go to a music festival, the price is worth it. Because if you break it down based on like normal concerts, a headliner with an opener or two, we saw like 7 headliners and then many other bands that could be headliners opening, and then you had the openers. So like you definitely got your money's worth in one
Nice.
song. So it's probably should look into doing these more often, because I have not gone to a music festival before that since I've gone to a lot of concerts, but I haven't gone to something like this since I left Cali in 12. So
Well, that's nice too, because you get to knock out several bands all at once. And if you don't get a chance to do many concerts, you just
yep,
knock it all out at a festival.
yeah. And some of these bands I've seen in person. Some of them I've always wanted to see in person. Here we
Hmm.
are. So
Nice.
you know,
And
um,
then I saw on your Facebook, you also tried to go to Casa Fuente.
yeah, that's a really good segue. Good job, Justin. I'm proud of you. Back to cigars. Yeah, so there's several lounges that I've learned that I like in Vegas. The one that I liked the most was Casa Fuente. It's smaller, but it's elegant. It was in the Caesar Palace's Forum shops towards the end. Very elegant. The red chairs, the gold pillars, all of it.
You'll have
And
to share a screenshot at this moment.
yeah, I'll for sure. I'll throw that picture up right now. So, in fact, I should have 2 pictures of the inside and then the outside. Hopefully, I'm not lying right now. So, but it's very elegant place. Um, Several, and they opened up in like early 2000s. I forget the exact year off the top of my head. Been a staple out there. It's one of the places Carlito goes to himself periodically to check in. Like it's one of the. It's not just the Casa branded. It's Fuente, right?
Yeah.
So you have these that are Casa branded, Casa Monte Cristo, Casa Avo, Casa whatever, House of whatever. Nope, this it's Casa Fuente, but it's one that Carlito would frequently go to. So apparently, several years ago, the mall, since it's technically a mall, would gave them regulations on smoking. So the outdoor patio, which it's outdoor, but it's still inside the mall, but the ventilation out there was ridiculous. They told them they couldn't smoke outside, had to be inside. Okay, we can make that moderation. If you just wanted to come get a cocktail, sit outside. Well, apparently, Caesars decided that they were not even going to give them the option of renewing their lease when it ended this year. They were just done. Didn't give them the
Man,
option. So,
what a fail on Caesar's part.
yeah. So while we're talking, I got to take this band off because I'm about to start smoking through it.
Yeah, I already took mine off. It came off pretty easily. Still got it intact.
Same. So when I went with Ellen last year, well, damn, it's been not quite 2 years, a year and a half ago. The first time, I'll clarify, I went with the first time in 24. They had gotten a heads up that this might happen. So at the time, the staff said, hey, by the time you come back next time, hopefully we're in a new location. They were just looking to move. As of right now, they just closed the doors permanently because they did not have a place to move to.
Mm.
There's other lounges off the strip, but a place of that caliber, you want to stay near the action. So I guess officially they closed their doors, and I'm unaware at the time of this recording that they have been able to find a new place, because all the articles we saw that we shared, we talked about were, October, doors closed, done.
Yeah.
So
They're
I
bound
tried.
to found some venue. Somebody's going to be like, "Are you kidding me? I get to have a Arturo Fuente cigar lounge in my hotel." Like, if you're a businessman of any kind, that's going to bring so many high profile people to your establishment. That's why I said that was a major fail on Caesar's part.
And
Major fail.
that's what I'm hoping. I know, like the hopefully I say these right because I keep it. It's Bellagio has Baccarat bar. Um, is it MGM?
I mean, that right there, the Baccarat bar, I would just swap that out for Casa Fuente.
Right, but I mean, like that one out of all the big casino hotels, they've already got their branded. I want to say, damn, now that I'm trying to think, one of the casinos has the Monte Cristo, so they've got their baby. But to my knowledge, those are the only cigar branded lounges. Now you have Davidoff, but they're outside in their own building and their own thing, so they're not in a casino. Um,
Is there a cigar lounge in the Luxor? That would be a dope move.
I don't know because that's.
Casa Fuente in the Luxor, that would be.
But you're right. There's several hotels that could take up on this, and hopefully, a little selfish here. By the time this airs, maybe somebody has started talking about this, and we're not the first realization of this. I would hope not.
Right.
But,
Just a little update on that rapper, and I don't know if this is from the band or not, but there's a slight little crack right there. But that's Cameroon rapper, man. It tends to do that. That's what we just got done talking about is
Yep.
Cameroon and Connecticut. They do that. They're very fragile rappers. Yeah, actually, you can see it on both sides. Right there and right there.
I haven't even mentioned it, but I'm with you. I've got this one little.
Yep. I think that's where the band was.
So it is, but it's trying to, like, instead of the band where it usually like pulls off a little flake, it's trying to unravel, but it's not affecting smoke at all. The binder's holding up, so
Yeah.
But yeah, so I tried to go actually smoke one more time at the Fuente, and it was just packed. We couldn't get a seat, and she couldn't tell us how long because I mean, if I get a seat, I'm gonna sit there and smoke a couple cigars. I'm not getting up.
Oh, so
So
you have to they have to have enough people, it does reservations, or how's that work?
so it's just there was no seats. There was physically no seats. There was too many people there by the time we got there.
Oh
So
man, I would have just stood around the last chance at Casa Fuente. But I mean, I understand it.
well, Casa, it's not because it's the Elegant. There's no standing around. Like you get your seat, you get your place. So
Gotcha.
and like now, if you have your seat, even if you get up to go grab a snack, you go into the humidor, like that's your seat.
Yeah.
You have to give it up and leave for the next person to come in because they don't want a crowd standing around because you have that elegant style of
Yeah.
so
They don't want a sports bar vibe. They just want a nice, elegant place to smoke with plenty of elbow room.
yep.
That
So
makes sense.
because of that, I went in long enough to just say hi and kind of
Grab
left.
a stick or two.
And then we ended up going to went down to the Davidoff lounge, which the Davidoff is more of your sports lounge. It's a circle building, and you've got some indoor seating at the bar. Then you've got some outdoor seating with some patio furniture and the TVs. And we were watching college football that day. We went out there, so it's still a good place to go. I guess that may take my next favorite spot in Vegas. There's a couple lounges that are not on the strip that I have not yet tried that I guess I should at some point. But as far as on the strip, with Casa Fuente no longer being there, Davidoff may be my preferred on the strip. So
You've been to the Monte Cristo one?
I did, and I will never go back.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
I have never seen price gouging in the cigar market like I have.
That's right. I remember you telling me that now. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate.
The lounge space was pretty. It was well taken care of. The staff was friendly. But you go in that humidor, and my immediate reaction was scream, hell no. And I'm saying that with Vegas prices, like you expect an influx of prices, right?
Right. It's a tourist area.
But where all the other cigar lounges, let's say some of the Davidoff sticks that should have been $30, $40,
Mm-hmm.
might have been $45, $50. So you
Mm.
expect that kind of 10% extra influx in Vegas or whatever. Some of the prices at the Monte Cristo were like flat double of some things.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, if y'all are the only cigar lounge here, okay, pull your convenience card. It's like a gas
Right.
station, but you're not. There's cigar shops everywhere.
Yeah.
There's high dollar lounges scattered all over. You don't have the right to just price gouge, and they do. So I have no intent going back there.
I felt the same way in Key West. There was a few places that were outrageously priced. And I'm like, almost every street in Key West has a cigar place or a place that sells cigars. Not necessarily a lounge, but they've got cigar stores all over the place. And some were just outrageous. And I was like, that's ridiculous. You're taking advantage of people at that point. I guess that's how you probably feel about Monte Cristo.
Same thing. And Key West is, price gouging in general is
Major tourist location.
And if I'm gonna go diving, because scuba diver here, if I'm gonna go diving and I want to dive in the Keys, I'm not going to Key West. I'm going to Key Largo on the other end because you get the same experience, you get the same water, and you don't have the tourist trap pricing.
Speaking of scuba, have you heard of Warfighter Scuba?
No.
So they work. So it's not affiliated with Warfighter Tobacco.
Yep.
But they know each other and they do stuff with vets.
Huh.
And they take them down to Roatan. That's where they're at. That's where their location is Roatan. So you might want to look into that.
I have dove in Roatan a time or two.
Yeah, and I know that John Simmons from Warfighter Tobacco, he just got his teaching certification. So he's like a certified diver and everything. He's gotten a bunch of certifications.
I have been to Roatan a couple times and had no freaking clue about this. So
yeah, go ahead and check that out. Yeah, like I said, they work with vets specifically, but they also do, civilian scuba dive tours as well. It's called Warfighter Scuba.
Dedicated to providing combat wounded veteran service members a new life experience in West Bay, Honduras. Holy shit.
There you go. You're welcome, my friend. I think at this point, the Warfighter guys just need to have me on their podcast. I rep their brand and everything that they're affiliated with. But I just thought about that. You said scuba, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Pat needs to know about this if he doesn't already. So, man, that thing is it's starting to correct itself, but
they provide additional therapy to combat wounded Purple Heart recipients through scuba. Sponsored by SSI and Mayors, which I do SSI stuff a lot. That's this is freaking cool, man. I'm glad on a non-cigar related note. I'm also glad that you introduced me to this because I'm gonna have to look into these guys because
my pleasure, my friend.
Maybe the next time, I don't know when, but maybe the next time we go back to Honduras instead of because I've been diving with Anthony's Key because it's real easy, quick bus ride from the port up to the resort.
Mm-hmm.
I'd almost be interested in
going with those guys.
That'd be cool.
Or anyway, just making a separate trip out there.
Yeah, that's
save that tab for later.
Right.
Dude, what you said earlier about this cigar is putting out some serious smoke.
Yeah, it is.
Like I'm sitting here in the garage, I'm like, man, this thing is smoky.
And what's crazy is this is a Robusto minus a longer intro because we were showing the band and explaining how we got it. Sorry, I muted myself. So outside of the intro where we showed the band and explained where we got it, we took an extra couple minutes. We were afraid before we aired that this would smoke too fast for a show purpose, and we just said, screw it, we're going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. We're
yeah.
roughly 40 to 45 minutes in from where we started lighting, and we still got time to go, and it's putting out that much smoke, which means it's burning well, but it's not burning fast.
I think you're just a little bit behind me, but
barely.
And let's be honest, Chad would have already been nubbing this.
Right. So good nod to construction because it's burning very well.
Yeah, the smoke output is crazy. But I love cigars that have good smoke output because it gives me that body that I absolutely love. Whether it be the chalky smoke or the silky smooth, or like this one's in between. It starts off super silky smooth and then ends with a chalky note, or not chalky note, a chalky feeling to the body of the smoke.
It's got the feeling without being chalky dry, like
Yes.
we reference sometimes. I'm a big fan of this. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
this is I'm gonna already say this is box worthy for me. This is a fantastic cigar. And I think I'll keep it in the Robusto.
Now I am
I don't know if they have a Toro. Do you know if they have a Toro?
no idea. Let's check.
Let's
I,
check because I prefer the Toro. I like a longer smoke, but it would have to be literally the same gauge. I don't know. I'll probably still try it and see what I like before I make a box purchase. But this is a damn good cigar. And
answer
shout out to David.
answer is yes. There is a Robusto 5x50, which is what we've been smoking. A Toro 6x54, and a Gordo 6.5x60.
There you go. You're gonna have to try all of them, especially that Gordo.
I would be with pepper and wood tones that's come through this. I would be interested to see if that pepper correlates on the Gordo.
Yeah, probably a little bit more subtle, which is right up your alley. Or
Yep.
more subtle.
More so because I like the flavor without your Van Dam slap to the face.
You know,
Uh,
you say that, and I have realized that recently my palate is going through another change where I still like it, but lately I have been trying the more medium to full instead of just the full power. You know, um, I haven't smoked one of my Espinosas since our Echo Hail one, and I usually smoke one of those once a week, but I've been more liking the Connecticut's and the Ecuadorian Habanos and stuff like that. Much more low key, especially in the morning when I'm headed to work.
yeah.
Sometimes it just burns out my mouth when I smoke one of those powerhouses.
Well, shit, your palate goes it's like a roller coaster, man.
Absolutely. And right now it's going down. It's not going up to the power. It's going to Chad's level right now.
But I like that part of the journey because it keeps you from being mundane in your flavors. Like, I mean, no nod or no knock to the guys that smoke the same three cigars all the time. That's what you
hmm
want to smoke. I don't care, smoke it. But me, I like the same reason I have some things I get boxes of, but I like doing all the like samplers and singles because I like being all over the place. It
Yep.
keeps it from being it's like as much as I love pizza, if I eat pizza every single day, I'm sure at some point I'd be like, okay, I'm tired of pizza.
Right. Yeah.
So I appreciate that part of the journey that it takes you down things. And then, like for me, since I mentioned the Connecticut earlier, um, Fortaleza Sun Country was the one that caught me off guard
Oh
because
man, that was a good cigar.
it's I mean it's technically Connecticut, but the inside is not blended like a normal Connecticut. I freaking love it. It's probably my favorite Connecticut to date. And I almost didn't smoke it the first time. I was like, it's a Connecticut. I'll smoke everything else he's got. And I was like, screw it. And holy shit. So,
Yeah.
you end up letting your palate take you places. And if you go try stuff, you can be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, the Sun Country reminded me of the blackened S84, Connecticut wrapper, broadleaf binder,
Which,
very good.
ironically, I do not like the S84 at
Oh,
all.
really?
No.
Gordon told me they had the Lancero, and he doesn't normally like Lanceros, but he said that Lancero was just packed full of flavor. So,
I'd be willing to try the Lancero. And I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and I'm pretty sure I put it in box press and try to go back and look at my review to remember why I didn't like it, but I remember stating that the S84, I mean, it wasn't a bad cigar. It just didn't really get my attention.
hmm
But I would try the Lancero because Lancero changes things a lot.
oh yeah, more flavor.
And I don't know when we're going to do them, but at some point we have a couple Lanceros from Still City I want to pull on because I don't think we've done, even before you guys joined, I don't think I've done a Lancero on the show, period.
Ooh, first Lancero edition or episode. I don't know why I said edition. Episode.
Because even when I was doing it with the guys in person only, I don't think we ever did a Lancero. So I
Yeah, I
think
think the smallest you've done is like a Corona or double Corona. I think that's only the smallest size you've done. I've seen almost every one of the shows.
I'm I'm pretty sure we have not done a Lancero. Period. Period.
Nice.
So
Period.
we have a couple. I won't tell you about them. We are bringing them on later for a purpose. But yeah, this smoke, dude. I can't stop talking about it. You know, when things are good, things are good.
I'm trying not to smoke it too fast.
Oh, so let me go back and see. Let me go back to this other page. I want to see if we missed any notes that they anticipated, and
Oh yeah, let's hear what they have to say.
not that that means anything, because palettes are different. Let's see, where are we? Okay, let's skip past the editorial fluff. So the Honduran grown Cameroon seeds, not African Cameroon, it's a Honduran Cameroon,
Okay.
is produced by the Arroyo family. I never pronounced that right. I apologize. Um, let's
Is that
see.
La Aurora?
No. EIROA.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep.
I don't know why that name always gets me. Expect flavor notes of caramel, earth, and cedar.
I didn't get the earth, but I got the caramel and I got the cedar.
Yeah, I did not get earth. I mean,
I got zero earth. Zero earth.
zero earth. Maybe for whoever's reviewed this professionally, maybe to their palate, we were getting that sweet tone. Maybe that's where they're correlating caramel, so I can kind of understand that. Cedar, 100%. We definitely
Oh yeah.
talked about cedar, but
Yeah, we
the
said cedar oak mix, but they're saying more cedar, and like you said, every palette's different. But mine was definitely more cedar than it was oak, so I agree.
so second paragraph, maybe a different reviewer says expect mouth-watering notes of pepper, cashew, and slight sweetness. So they got the nutty note
Yep.
with your sweet tone without calling it a caramel.
And that makes sense that we said nuttiness because cashew's a very subtle nut note flavor. Say that 5 times fast.
I'm not gonna try.
So that makes sense. Cashew's a very subtle note, subtle nut note. So yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that. So that's pretty good because I didn't read any reviews on this. This is a complete blind smoke for me. That when you kind of hear what you like, you say, oh, I taste this and I taste that, and then you go back to the reviewers that are professional and they're
right.
the same notes. You're like, hey, tops off to me. I'm pretty good at this.
Exactly. So, and like, and this is why we kind of said it, but not so elegantly. But I super appreciate how Ronnie said it on the show. Read less, smoke more. You know,
Yep.
and even with us, we like, and this is for consistency, we like mentioning a little bit of what is expected. Sometimes we say it before, sometimes we don't. But if I were to read this heads up, because we've done this, if we read this in the intro and said, hey, we're going to get caramel, earth, and cedar, we're not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, there's the caramel, there's the cedar.
Mhm.
We would have said, man, I'm still like we are now. I've got none of this earth. So my palate is, and your palate is registering completely different notes than what that reviewer stated.
Yep. Yep.
Even
That's
though
on
that's
point.
the official designation, doesn't mean anything. Their palates are different. So it may give you an idea of what type of cigar you're grabbing if you're curious about it, but it doesn't
Mhm.
mean that's the only thing you're going to pull out of it. Your palate's going to be yours.
Yeah.
So feel free to read, feel free to get notes, but focus
I
on your
think I,
thinking.
I think after doing this, I think I like not looking at the tasting notes and smoking first.
Almost every time I put in a review, unless it's a cigar I already know, I will, just because I'm nerdy and curious on these things, I'll type in my review, put my notes, and then I'll go back and be like, I want to see what I did compared to them. And I'll go Google it and see, just because I'm curious, like, did I get what other people are getting or not? You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's kind of fun to see what changes people get out of different things.
Yeah, most cigars that I find, I immediately go to the website or review and see the tasting notes to see if I like it. But lately, I have not been doing that, and that's kind of been actually a little bit better. So that makes sense that Ronnie says, "Read less, smoke more."
Yep.
So
I tell people all the time I'm the best that never did it because I never tried to do shit. So the thing is, I tell people read less, smoke more. Read less, smoke more. And then when you go to read a half wheel. And that way you have that benchmark of what you want to hate or love about whatever they review, right? To keep a mental note because I think they're the only news publication in cigars, period. And then when I look at their reviews, some of them are challenging. Don Derma got an 89 and they're like Camacho Unleashed got a 91. You know, some people eat pizza, others suck. You know, it's like everything's different, right? So if you read less and you smoke more, you become that reviewer, right? It's what you
Right.
guys do every day.
shout out to Ronnie. Shout
Yeah.
out to Habibi,
Because
or as he likes to say, "Baby, baby, baby."
yeah, I love the way he said that, and it's simple, but it's really good because there's information everywhere, which is why we chose when I started this show, even before you guys jumped on. Like, I don't want to be the novelist because you have the novels out there. You have, you know, Stogie Press and Half Wheel and Catman. Like, you have all those.
Yeah.
We want to try to be honest. Yeah, we're going to reference it, but I want to figure out what we pull off of it.
Speaking of reviewers, that was pretty cool. I think it was I think it was the short or the actual podcast with Ronnie on it. Cigar Hound, which is a major reviewer guy on YouTube and Instagram and all that. He commented on our post. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's kind of cool.
You can see that the show is getting more traction, and that's awesome. That's
And-
awesome for you. You know, since you're the creator of all this, that's awesome for me because I get to be a part of it and see the growth. We get to see the growth of this, man. It's awesome.
So,
Even the wife was kind of giving me crap. She's like, you've been doing a lot of shows lately. I'm like, well, that's what happens with popularity. We get more views. We want to put more content out. And even the suggestion I made is that we need to do more relative stuff that's ongoing at the time, kind of stay up to speed with all the current events and stuff like that. So we're going to have to start pushing out more content.
Yeah. And for us, it's just fun. You know, and this is an
this
average.
is a hang 100%.
You know, we don't have a set schedule. Our goal is to put out an episode about every 10 days. Sometimes that may be 7, sometimes that may be 20, because we don't, you know, some shows do, we don't. All of our schedules are completely different. So we can't just be like the third Thursday of every month. Like, it doesn't work for us.
Right.
So we record when we can, we do live shows when we can schedule them, and then we just roll with the punches and push them out as we get them. So
we like to change it up. We like to mix it up.
We do. But that's our goal, right? Is to just, you know, try for, you know, 3, sometimes 4 shows a month. But that 10-day mark is kind of like our average to give us a milestone goal. But however it happens is however it happens.
Right.
And yes, we do schedule things when we bring guests in now that we've been able to do that. But outside of that, the rest of it is literally a group chat. Hey, you guys want to shoot? Cool. Like,
and case in point with what you're saying is that tonight we had us 3 planned, me, Chad, and you, and then Chad couldn't make it. And then the time with Blue Eyed Jack with you, Ryan, and Chad, I couldn't make it. And I was super bummed about that because we were waiting forever, but I didn't want Ryan to wait any longer. So we've all got stuff to do. We've all got jobs.
Yep.
You know, we've got families and stuff that we take care of. It's hard to get everybody's schedule together, but we've got enough good people in our crew that we can put a lot of good content out.
Exactly. Plus, it's you never know which one of y'all are going to show up on screen. So
yeah. And I told you the other day, and I'll keep telling you, man, you do a ton of hard work for all of this, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate that, man, because it's there's work once we get off, you know, cleaning it up and editing and scheduling and tracking, but it's super fun, man. It's worth it.
When you love what you do, it's not an obligation.
Exactly. But
I'm getting low, brother.
I was about to say I'm about to nub territory, so I say it's probably a fair point to say thank you to all of our family members watching and start
absolutely
going back to the adulting that we, you know, hate so much, but
Boo.
it helps us do this, so I guess it's worth it. But
Yep, that's true.
Just a clean wrap. The construction obviously on point. Our burns were fantastic, even with his blemish and my very temporary unravel. No concern with the burn and construction caused by any of that. The draw, as y'all have been able to see, and y'all are well aware that we have fans right off camera to keep the air circulating while we're recording. Still putting out a lot of smoke. You'll be able to see.
Still smoky as hell. Still smoky as hell.
So the heard us talk about the flavors, the wood notes, the peppers. It's a very good balance. So El Rey Del Mundo did a solid producing this one. And, you know, when you're pushing out cigars for a major event, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one definitely worked. So
For sure.
And Skeleton, thanks again for handing this to us, because that's how we got our hands on it to even try to begin with. Yeah, we let it set for several months, but we
I
wanted
think
to
that's probably what made it even better, is that it's set for however many months.
Yeah, I agree. So it and I'm not sure, and I could go dig, but I'm not sure exactly how long they had them rolled before they released them. So I'm not sure exactly how long they've been resting technically. But from when we had them, several months. But I'm glad he gave them to us, because these are fantastic, and I may have to put it on my list to grab some more. When I
Yeah,
did,
for sure. I'll add a few more points, is that I'm holding this right by the ash and it's not hot whatsoever.
Yeah.
That like nowhere even near.
I'm not.
And that's extra points on the board for this.
I've got my number ready, because of it being a Robusto, I figured I'd have to go all the way down, but I'm right. I mean, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, you're at the same. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, good show, good time hanging out with you, brother, as always. And
Yes, sir.
Hollow Down fam, give us your comments, suggestions, questions. Would love to hear from you. We love the feedback. If you've seen the links roll by, if you're seeing this and you're not in the Facebook group, go find us. We do random ass giveaways for no reason. We make fun of ourselves with caption, screenshot giveaways for no reason whatsoever. We do our Cigars for Warrior drives that include things. So follow us in the group over there. It's a fun time. It's a family-oriented place, so just kind of hanging out. But we'll jump off and get ready to schedule ahead for the next show and hang out with you guys again. So if y'all are watching, thanks as always. Till next time, stay safe and hollow down.